Wagwan ninjas and a ninja red. It's your boy Hype to the DARDO. That is my fucking name, and this is the real. And it's karibu shughuli in a disastrous kuruka. Let's tender outside our norm of doing music. So I came across these ninjas on TikTok. Wanajita OSN Vision. Our souls matter. I think OSM stands for Our Souls Matter. So they have a different perspective of how they view life, and them they are not of that religious batch, but kuna venye wao I think they believe in nature, and they believe in the universe like tukayo. So I came across these ninjas, and nataka tuwasikize pamoja tuone, does this make sense to you as an African? Because unajua si wa Africa just tunakuwa tumebrainwashiwa when it comes to religion. We can kill for religion, man. We can do anything. Hadi politics is all about religion, man. Nani ndio anaenda church sana kuliko wengine. I don't know what's happening with my mouth. Sijui nimeanza kuganda mdomo au rada ni gani. I feel like mdomo wangu umeanza kuwa numb for no reason. Anyway, it is what it is. But yeah, maybe it's because I drank something hot. Maybe, I don't know. But anyway, nataka tucheki hao mjamaa wanajiita OSN Vision. OSM, Our Souls Matter Vision. So we don't waste any time. As fast as we can, I want us to listen to this video, because it's some kind of video. And the topic of it is, does God need to apologize to children born in unfortunate situations? Unajua inakuwaga hot topic when it comes to Kenya. Niliona juzi even Ogaubina alileta an atheist kwa nini yake, and then at the end again, after something he said that kwake Jesus ni kama prophet of war. So and then now nani akakata show hapo. So I don't know how long it went before ifike hapo, because I've not watched it. Hata sijui kama nani ameipost or kama ataipost, but I think ameipost. Yeah, I don't know how the interview, I don't know how long it went, but yeah, but it's good because Kenya I think sai watu wamekuwa a bit woke. Tunaita the woke culture. People nowadays are not interested. A percentage nowadays are kind of not interested in religion as much. They kind of see it as a setback because ukianza kusikia nchi kama China it's categorized as an atheist country, and levels zenye iko you can't even fathom. Unaona, ukiangalia mahali kama like it's very interesting. Ukiangalia ukikuja mahali kwa Uarabuni, Islam ukiangalia hizo nchi kuna venye zimedevelop, but pia that's another nini. So you can like hii inakuanga topic nyingine nini sana, hot cake sana. So anyway, I want us to listen to these ninjas to know what take they have about this, and if it will even make sense to us. Sindio ama ni aje?
All right. So
what's your name?
Jordana.
Jordana.
As in Jordan, but
the River Jordan.
I don't know, my parents wanted to be extra.
Kwanza hata ukiangalia hiyo outfit, interesting. So, because I believe what wanaweza sema this is a cult. Because even they are cross, because there are some people who believe that this is the original cross, not the one that the religious nini sana about. But I don't know, everybody has their own nini. But wacha tusikia hawa mjama.
Right, go ahead.
No, it literally means descendants down the Jordan River.
Right.
Okay. So
Accent. Are you
Canada.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
Yeah. Don't say American.
everyone think 99% of people think I'm American in this country.
Right, go ahead.
So I'm not a user of ChatGPT, but I am very badly addicted to TikTok. And somebody brought up a very interesting point about all Abrahamic religions, not one in particular. And she said, does God need to apologize to the children who are born in unfair situations, whether that be poverty, famine, they don't have a loving family? And she said, even the most progressive of whatever Abrahamic religion, she asked that they can't answer this question. She said directly, but I also think she meant they couldn't answer it in a way that she felt satisfied with. So do you feel that God should apologize to the children who are born in unfair situations?
Yes, if he existed.
So this is how watu tutasema. So these people, they believe God does not exist. Kulingana na vile amesema. So does it mean that they are atheist? Interesting, eh?
Does he?
Is he a he?
Do they?
There you go. Now your
Do
mind's
they?
expanding.
Do they?
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's the concept of God. Who people think God is this being that knows everything, can do anything, and so if that's the case, he shouldn't make mistakes and shouldn't born children in a state destitute. There shouldn't be any crimes. There shouldn't be any diseases. There shouldn't really be racism. We can go on and on and on, because if he's a perfect God, and there shouldn't be a hell, there shouldn't be no wars. So yes, the problem is people have made these extraterrestrials that we're speaking about, these beings that came from somewhere else to this planet.
So God, kulingana na jamaa anajaribu kusema God is an extraterrestrial. Is an hiyo jina naisikianga tu kwa movie, but nimeshindwa kuisema. Is some kind of being tu, yani, if he even exists. Which is very interesting, because pia na make, I think anauliza swali lingine poa, because there is a lot of evil happening in the world, you know, and I don't understand, like, saa zingine pia I don't understand. Okay, there is this other question which people say, okay, God alicreate world, akatu create, but sasa akafika mahali akatupa, akaleta Satan kwa world. Kama hakuwa anapenda Satan na alikuwa anajua Satan is the name of evil, he's the god of evil, why bring him to his children? So yani vitu maswali zingine zinakuwa ingine interesting sana. Ukianza kuuliza hizi maswali unaanza kuonanga hiyo yenyewe kuna vitu zingine hapa make sense.
Pass themselves off as being the all-knowing, all-wise and all-exact, as if they can solve every problem, but the reality is they're just beings just like we are. Some of them are more developed in terms of their technology and where they come from and so forth, but that's a question in religion that they can't answer, because God cannot be less than himself. And to be weak or to be jealous or to, say have no other gods but me shows a weakness, because you can't be omnipresent, omnipotent and all-powerful and then can't solve the problems of the world.
But if God knows...
That's a very interesting view. Yeah, we can say that the Lord God is he knows it all. Like he's the omnipotent, he's the and cannot solve what is happening in the world, because there is a lot of evil happening in the world, and if he knew it was going to happen, then why let it happen? Like, well, then why not create something perfect, and pia watoto uliza kuko na kitu perfect, then it means itakuwa boring. But how do you know itakuwa boring? Because sasa tuko na hii world, we know this world, but if he created a perfect world, maybe ingekuwa something else that we tungezoeana nayo tu yani at the end of the day. So very, very interesting.
Knows everything. How come he isn't in control of
That's
they?
what we're saying.
He doesn't.
It's not this. This is what Sir Ken is saying, that you're dealing with extraterrestrials, beings that are passing themselves off. What's happened is their children, because
So extraterrestrials, crazy. Because pia ni interesting sana. Unasikia the world has been here according to science. Factually, the world has been here for 4 billion years, right? And then humans came, I don't know how, it came after 4 billion, I don't know, 4 million or 4 billion, I can't remember very well. Humans came after those 4 years, you know. And then unasikia religion has only been here for how many, how many, and it has been here for less than how many it has been there for less than how many years the world has been. So hadi unajiuliza, so was this religion thing created? Because ukipima hizo vitu zote kuna venye na make sense that hii nini yote ilicreatiwa, unaona. If it has only existed for this time, religion has only existed for this time, this number of time, and it is not even a fraction of what the nini has exceeded, the world or earth has exceeded, or the universe, then that means hizi ni vitu za kujiekelea as humans, unaona. Yeah,
these beings have children, progeny on the planet, and they have put themselves in strategic positions of power that have written certain manuscripts and books and translated and mistranslated intentionally, because they know that the masses of people, once they put them to a subjection of fear, they will not question things.
And the belief system.
You understand? So that's the belief system that's created. It's called religion. And these religions are fighting amongst each other, trying to prove who or what God is more powerful than the other, when it's really beings, them, they, Elohim, that are orchestrating these things. You understand? And they have children on the planet, physical children, because Genesis 6 says they came down here as the fallen ones, the Nephilim, and they had sex with the children of Enos. So if you're having sex with these children, these fallen angels, where do you think they are? They're not dead.
Does Genesis say that? I would like to check, but since I'm doing a video, but at the end of the day, maybe we'll check it out later, and tutaibonga on another video if we get one to do, you know. But that's interesting. And if you're watching this one, is if it is not, you can even research for yourself if it is making sense or it is not making sense to you, because this is a very interesting view, you know.
They're in human form, and they're in positions of power.
But didn't God present the Ten Commandments to Moses himself?
Exactly. That's the point we're making. Is one of these beings.
And he came down in Genesis 11, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he can come down. And he can come and sort out the problems that he created.
But how come he doesn't come down to some of these children born in these unfair situations?
He uses them as tools to control the masses, because they're in principalities, what we call principalities in high places. They orchestrate things from the scenes, behind the scenes. People can call them the Illuminati and this and that, people in governments and so forth and so forth. But most people are under a belief system, so they don't actually question why you do what you do, and why do you go to church, and why do you go to the mosque, why do you fight against each other over these gods? If like for example, take a Muslim that is radical, who will go and, you know, and this is not applying to all Muslims, but they will, you know, maybe go and blow up a building or whatever in the name of Allah. But Allah is supposed to be Allahu Akbar, as they say. He's the greatest or the most powerful. So he wouldn't need you to do that for him. You see, so when you start to look at the people that are advocates of these religions, they're doing the evil on the planet. They're the ones fighting. They're the ones doing things and claiming that they're doing it for or on behalf of their Lord, God, Master, whatever.
Which is the they.
Which is the they.
See, I just want to add.
So like when amesema hapo, some Muslims go, even there are some Christians who go and kill people in the name of, God, saying that like there is this gunman, I don't know, he went to a mosque and shot up a mosque. Crazy. I think it was in Australia, I don't know, I can't remember it was, but it was a very interesting story. So hapo amesema Waislamu, and then unasikia msee anaenda kijilikuwa anasema Allahu Akbar, and like, why would even God want you to do that? Hurt other people, or maybe hurt yourself, right? And if he's God, why let you do that? Because the vitu zingine, as much as pia Bible nasikia wanasemanga that ilitupatia nini ya inaitwaje? Inaitangwaje? Ya kuchoose, like discernment, spirit of discernment. We need to choose spirit. Okay. Then if it gave us spirit of discernment, right? So why does it have to be such? Why do we have to have brutal incidences happening? And then he allows that, and then I kind of don't understand. Like, why does he allow other things to happen and doesn't allow other things to happen? Like, kasa yu niambie, in Kenya kuna what now people kuna venye people are feeling about the government and how it is running things and how we are moving in a snailish speed in terms of development, in terms of ukiangalia, there are some countries tulianza pamoja and they are way farther than us. Unaona tupata kuna countries tuliziacha zikatupata na zikatupita, but and then unasikia these leaders of ours wako so corrupt, they have this nini, and they still pray to the same God, right? And when they say they pray to the same God, they even go to church and they still continue leading, right? And then they say that they are chosen by God, but they are putting these punitive laws, and like, I don't know, you can't understand, man. And I believe that's why now people are not even really interested in even going to church nowadays in Kenya. People are even questioning, these churches, are they really there to save people, or are they just there to manipulate and make money? But at the end of the day, history, nakumbuka there is a movie ya kitambo ilikuwa inaitwa Church Business, a Nigerian. People used to watch it before but never understood what it really meant. But sahi ukikaa hivyo ukiangalia, ndio unaona yenyewe. When you grow old ukiangalia tukiwa wadogo tulikuwa tunaona ni cartoon movie ya Nigeria. But sahi ukikaa hivyo unaangalia Church Business. Like now churches, it's all about business, man. It's all about fundraising kila wakati, it's all about like some questions mnaulizanga hadi who does it make sense? Now it makes sense at some point, but at the end of the day, vitu zingine, it's all about common sense, man.
Build on what the brothers are saying, and on your question, is that the master many years ago put a book out called God Misinterpreted. The descriptions, we should say, that people attribute to God is not even God. You can't, like you said earlier on, how could God be? One minute they say God is all knowing, all powerful, etc., etc., etc. Yet, how comes all these attributes that's attributed to God? How comes God's not initiating that? Why is so much evil on the planet? Or as you say, why are children being born in disadvantaged or in a disadvantaged circumstances or an environment? Why does God allow that? Well, the question to ask is this God one who's all powerful, or have we been misinterpreting this so-called supreme being we call God? The answer is correct. we have been misinformed, misinterpreted, or let's put it another way, we have the race, human beings on the planet have been bamboozled by this term or this so-called supreme being they call God. It's not God. It's just, as we said earlier on, during these sessions, you talk about extraterrestrial beings who come to this planet and position themselves as God, or gods, we should say. Now, the question to ask is, the question you ask is, why are children born in these disadvantaged circumstances? Because before we came into physical form, we signed a contract. We signed a contract because we are here to experience or to fulfill our contract on this planet. And one lifetime is not enough. So we have to incarnate periodically. Now, to hear this word, the word they use in the Arabic is Salihin. We're here to perfect ourselves. So the perfected ones would be the ones who would, according to Revelation chapter 7, when you talk about the 144,000, as the sister was mentioned earlier on, they're the ones who would, they'll be the perfected ones, for lack of a better word. They'll perfect their being, you see. So it's wrong to blame everything on God or the supreme being or the heavenly one, or whatever name they want to call it, or the one who's all powerful. That is not the God in the Bible, even from Genesis chapter 1, where it says, God said, let there be light, and there was light, and God saw that it was good and called it day. So God had to wait for that event to pass, then make a decision. Hey, do you know what I just done here? It's good, you know. So it's like he didn't know. Genesis chapter 3. I know that Adam and Eve eat the apple story, and then God said to Adam, because God now has a question and answer session with Adam. Did you eat of the apple that I told you not to eat? Because he didn't know. But I thought God was all knowing. You know what I mean? Then throughout the Bible, Genesis chapter 6, the flood of Noah, and
yeah, that's interesting. Like, if Adam and Eve, if he created, like, if he's all knowing, then he could have known this would happen, right? Like, he could have known everything. Like, he could have known all this could happen, like in the Bible. Like, hiyo venye amesema Adam and Eve eating, then ini alafu napata anawauliza, did Adam nini eat nini? So he could have known. Why could he not have avoided all this, right? Angejua, like the serpent at mislead. So that means he kind of did not know. So that means he's not all knowing and he's not all perfect, right? Kulingana na venye nasikia huyu jamaa akisema, na kwangu kind of ina make sense. He's not all knowing and he's not all perfect. Why? Because wakati Eve na nani wakati hakujua nani alikula, right? So he never knew that this will happen. Ndio ile time venye li happen alimuuliza, yo, kule ulikula nini? Kwa hiyo alikula venye tu anasema, kule nani alikula fruit nini. So that means he was not even prepared for what will happen. So that means if he can't be all knowing or anything if venye anasema he exists, which is very interesting.
It repented the Lord that he had made man, and it grieved in his heart. Why? Who are you repenting to? And people will give you all these different scenarios. Oh, it don't mean this, it don't mean that. Yeah.
So the question is, which God are we talking about?
That's right.
And if you are in the image and after the likeness of God, then you see why people on the planet do what they do, because they are the ones in the image and the likeness of the planet, of the God, so on the planet. So that's what, when we say you are God, you got both good and bad, or what we say agreeable and disagreeable within you. And if you don't align yourself to the nature of you, that's the good side, you can do evil too. And people in religion have this thing of being all self-righteous to the point where it's like, in order for you to go to heaven, you have to be good. But you can't be good all the time. Nobody can. Because you have a disagreeable side to you. And this is why when, so the monotheistic religion, like Christianity, say, turn the other cheek. It's like, if somebody abuses you, you can turn the other cheek for them to abuse you again, which makes no sense. No one in their right mind is going to allow themselves to be constantly abused. So God, evil is within every single person, and people in religion might be shocked to hear that the gods that you're looking at in the monotheistic religion is actually the devil. Now that's something that they won't even think about it, but when you start going, why did he flood and kill everyone and everything, including the animals and the birds? Why does he create hell? Why does he punish you to go to hell forever, to be tortured and tormented? You know, like, why does he create, like you say, children in disadvantaged positions? Why did he create other people to subjugate other people? And you can go on and on. Why do people, let's say two people are in a car, they have an accident, one of them loses their life, and everyone goes, thanks God for the one that survived, which makes no sense, because if he could have saved both of them, why didn't he? Yeah.
Question. God cast the devil to earth.
Yes.
Yes.
Why?
Why?
Yeah, why did he do that? Like, if anajua the devil is evil, why cast him to your children? Why? Why not lock him somewhere? Like, why not cast him somewhere? Ama umfungie mahali. Because I believe if you're a father, kama ni mzai, huwezi fungia mtoi wako na simba. Unaona? Ama huwezi leta simba uirushe kwa nyumba ndani penye familia yako yuko na ufunge. You can't, right? So why did he cast the devil into earth, where his children, his image and likeness, where they reside? Why did he do that?
Do you understand? And then he said that when he was cast here, he became the prince of this world. So the prince of this world is orchestrating the evil. Do you understand? Under different guises and mixing in with human beings under different guises.
But at least to me, it feels like he sent him down here.
Was a punishment?
Yes, but to also...
That's very dramatic, because he didn't even have to
He
send
didn't
him
have to
down.
send
He
him
could
there.
click his finger
That's what I'm
and
saying.
just
What kind of God
fix
is
the
this?
problem. And who would send their son to be crucified? That's a horrible thing.
Father, you
to
have
be
forsaken.
Hmm?
Father, you have forsaken me.
Yeah.
Yeah, why?
Why would you
couldn't
forsake your own son?
You know, the people say it's a test. He did it because.
But a
Come
test.
No, why should you test your child in such a diabolical way? That's a very diabolical way to test your son, man. Unajua kucrucify si mchezo, kupigwa visubari jogo, like vitu zingine yenyewe make sense.
It's to know something, but you already know what's going to happen. You already know the outcome if you've got.
So why do it?
So it doesn't make sense.
But he also brought him back.
That's what people say.
Yeah.
Where is he?
Still
He hasn't
traveling.
brought him back.
Still traveling to
People
heaven.
say he brought him back, but when we say where is he, they say he's sitting on the right hand side of the Father in heaven, or some will claim he's a spirit roaming the planet, which you can't verify or literally prove.
It feels to me, and this is just my own personal bias, but it feels like he sent him down here to pick his favorites.
Who? God or Jesus? Which one? Who's
Jesus.
picking he's picking his favorites. That in itself doesn't make sense, because you should have favoritism. If you're just and fair to everyone, you can't have favoritism. So that's why we're saying that people read the Bible and claim that
And glorify
we
these
can
people.
subjugate these people because we are of the chosen, and that makes them special
Exactly.
to the other people. But you can't do that.
Unless what you're saying is right. Unless God does have his favourite. According to, I think it's Deuteronomy chapter 4, where God tells the children of Israel, go to the land of Canaan and kill every man, woman and child and take their land. According to John chapter 1, I can't remember the exact verse, Jesus said, I came to my own, and my own received me not. Howbeit, those who believe unto my name are given the power to become
The sons of God.
sons of God, Bain Elohim. Unless Jesus does have his favourite. Guess what? Even in Islam as well. Because according to Islam, Mustafa made the chosen one, and he came for
His own.
his own.
Quraysh.
Tribe of Quraysh. Jesus came for his own, the tribe of Judah. Nobody else. And that's backed up by the book of Revelation chapter 4 about 144,000.
Click here now to watch the full video.
Yo, that's crazy, man. That's really crazy. Buddha, that's crazy. Don't know maswali zingine zinafanya hadi mtu ana nini. So nilikama cross ama ninja nikiscroll in my TikTok. You know, nowadays inanileteanga watu wenye wana question this religion thing. Kwanza the Africans. Nowadays kuna Africans wanabonga kama kuna mjamaa anaitwa Abraham, Pastor Ideo. Kana jita Pastor Abraham, moja anajitanga Abraham. The Church of Common Sense. Ninja, lakini alipatana na mtu mwingine hapo alimpeleka mbio sana. So anyway, it is what it is, but those are very, very valid question. Yeah. So if God is all loving and all, why should he have favorites? Right? Why, if Adi Bible nasikia imesema the people that are his watu wake, nasikia imetaja. I don't know the verses, but nasikia inakuwa imetaja. I think when people do their research can find inakuwa imetaja the list of people wenye ni of his watu wake umeshika. So hadi mimi hujiuliza like, are Africans part of him? Are Africans like hadi unajiuliza yo, mbona sisi hatukuagi kwa Biblia as Africans? So yeah, alafu there is this argument sijui ati Ethiopia sijui ati Christianity ilianza Ethiopia, but sasa mjinja mwingine aliuliza what does Ethiopian mean? Ethiopia means Kush. Where did Kush come from? Egypt. Yeah, that's crazy. Hadi kuna mambo zingine alafu sasa hapo ndo unapata sasa kuna Horus nini like hizo vitu zote. So hii kitu ni very interesting sana. So as much as watu wanaabudu huko nje mnanini sana like saa zingine pia tunafaa kuwa tunatumia common sense kidogo. Because we have been a religious country since independence, and look where we are. Ukiangalia nchi kama nchi kama China, ukiangalia nchi kama we have been a Christian country, ukiangalia Gulf, they are Muslim country na wanaendelea. Sisi ni Christian country tunaendelea. You know, kuna nchi zina I would like to know do like US syllabus yao inakuanga na CRE. That's very interesting. That I'd like to know. Like, yeah, kuna vitu mingi sana like iko na maswali mingi sana about, and hizi questions inafanyaga unaanza kufikiria, unaona yo, does it really make sense? Does Christianity religion really make sense to you? Because ukiangalia even what is happening in the world, you know, some people call themselves Christians, but vitu zenye wanadu crazy, aziendanishi na manini zao, na what they say, you know, endanishi na maneno yao. Anyway, it is what it is. So remember to like, subscribe, share, and also comment. And if you're watching without doing the latter, man, do it as fast as you can so that you cannot miss exciting and amazing reactions and reviews such as this, man, because life ni interesting. Anyway, na pia usikose kusupport the channel. Pesa namba iko hapo chini, ama ni aje tukimalizia tunasema it's all about Kian Tens.